You know, sometimes I wonder, why do I set rules for myself if I'm just gonna break them? Hey guys, good evening. It is 11:15, and welcome. Welcome back to my stream. Tonight is more Ace Attorney once again, of course. And we're gonna be getting into the last part of the trial? Maybe? Probably. We are going to corner Mr. Darian Crescend, aka Shark Boy Bullet Bill. I don't see him lasting long. We have the evidence. Let's go. Alright, it is July 10th, 1:40 p.m. We are in District Court Defendant Lobby number 2.
Apollo, I can't believe it. It really happened during the second act? And right in the middle of Lamar's performance?
Right, so we did find out. We figured out that the murder happened during Act 2, not Act 3. Now, there are still mysteries left unsolved, as, for instance, why did Darian abandon his part during the third set if the murder took place during the second set? Yeah, we also figured out this Lamar here is actually it's grammar. This Lamar is an imposter. That's some impressive, like, makeup. Anyway. Let's keep going. Why she was in that air vent? And that switch in the flaming guitar. Okay, she was in the air vent because of the trick. The whole, like, teleportation trick. Switch in the flaming guitar. We don't know. Actually, it's probably the Tusk that hit the switch, right? Because Darian told him to hit the switch during the second set. When you link it all together, that's what you end up with. I knew you had what it took. Who is this? I'm guessing Nick. Yeah, it's Pa.
Ah, Daddy!
Mr. Wright, you believed in me? Not really. Wow. Thanks, Pops. Huh? No, I just thought that'd make a cooler entrance than, say, Diihaa! Why do I even bother hoping?
Where have you been lately, Daddy? You haven't been coming to the office at all.
Sorry about that, Trucy. I'm on a secret mission.
Secret? You mean like you're undercover?
Like Mr. Latus, only shorter and not as well dressed. How tall is Phoenix anyway? Can't be that short. Maybe like 5'8", 5'9".
Oh no, what if you're shot, Daddy?
Why would I do a thing like that to you? Anyway, I'm off for a while again. Huh? You're leaving? Can't believe you'd leave you'd leave your kid like that. Nick, you're a terrible father. Expecting me to raise her? Oh, one thing before I go. What? Good luck. Right. Well, at least he gave me that. That all you came to say? I think you have things pretty much under control. You'll get Maki Tobae off the hook, no doubt. Yeah, but you're after that detective, aren't you? Darian Crescend. It won't be easy proving he did it. Especially not under the current court system. A current court system? Oh? What did Prosecutor Gavin say during the trial? Your case is based on one fragile assumption, namely, that our Diva Divine is telling the truth.
But what about all the proof? The brooch and the switch.
Piece of jewelry and a lyrical blunder. There are plenty of other ways to explain these things. The flaming guitar, too. All because you lack definitive proof of their connection to the case.
But
Sultry songstress is lying. Your case melts like melts like butter in a frying pan, leaving behind the faintly singed scent of failure. So, what do I do? Like I said, good luck. Wow. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Conventional methods? Are you telling me cheat? Ugh. Oh, that reminds me. I have something to give you from our detective friend. Detective Sky. Emma? Well, let's see. This bag of snacks here was meant for me. Ah, here it is. What is that? Is that a barrel of a gun?
what are those, Daddy? They don't look like very good snacking material.
Anything's a snack if you try hard enough. They were found at the scene. Analysis of the fragments revealed traces of gunpowder.
Gunpowder?
Probably a firecracker or something similar. Like the ones kids are into these days. Those fragments were found under the sofa at the scene of the crime, actually. Under the sofa?
Hey, Apollo. That's where we found that little device thingy.
Did we find the igniter there, or the switch there? Oh, we found the igniter there. Second igniter. The one that didn't get burnt to a crisp. Right, this. Well, finally, some evidence that makes sense. Burnt fragments. How did... I need to take a look at those. That's all for me, I suppose. Oh, don't leave me. I missed you so much, Nick. Evidence received from Phoenix Wright. Found at the crime scene bearing bearing gunpowder residue. Possibly a firecracker? There's no way. It's like metal, isn't it? So, you think this was some kind of firecracker?
Yeah, or one of those noisemakers, like you shoot off on New Year's.
Did you know that in China, they use firecrackers on New Year's to scare off evil? So it's kind of the same thing. Well, it is red.
Really? I had no idea.
Well,
Did you know this? It takes more than 500 peanuts to make one 12-ounce jar of peanut butter.
I didn't know that. That's a lot of peanuts. At least my useless fact had something to do with the evidence. And Juicy mentioning peanuts just reminded me of Spy Family. That's a good show. Very cute, very wholesome. Give it a watch if you haven't. Although it is very popular. I doubt you haven't heard of it at this point. See you after the verdict. Maybe. Maybe. What about your kid? Right. Every man has an igniter inside him. Oh, you sound like Godo now. Excuse me? Find Darian Krishen's igniter and set it off. There he goes. And he just walked out the door, just like a magician, normally. Man, Phoenix, despite your hobo getup, you're like 10 times as cool.
What does he want us to do? No conventional methods? What does that mean?
I guess we just have to take his advice and hope it makes sense when the time comes.
I guess.
We're almost at the finish line. Hang in there, Trucy. Hang in there, me. July 10th, 1:55 p.m., District Court, Courtroom number 3. Here we are. Court is now back in session. Prosecutor Gavin, where is Detective Crescent? In the witness lounge. Ready to be called out at any time. Very well. Might I add, I don't believe any of this. Darian was the first detective I ever worked with. We stopped working together when he moved to Criminal Affairs Division 3, but his guitar playing, it fires my imagination. That's nice, but it has nothing to do with the matter at hand. Correct? Oh, I know. Hair forehead. Very well. Can the final witness... Oh, call the final witness to the stand. Detective Darian Crescent. There he is, Shark Boy himself. Name and occupation, please. Darian Crescent, Detective, Criminal Affairs Division 3. That's the International Affairs Division, for those of you who didn't know. International, huh? And I'm a guitarist for the Gaviners. Maybe you've heard of us. Do you fully understand the circumstances under which you stand before us today? That's in the blooper reel. Yeah, I understand, Your Honor. What I don't understand is how you let this happen, partner. You gave me your word I wouldn't be standing here. The situation's changed, however. And don't call me partner. So much for old friends. I see what you're doing, Darian. You're pressing the prosecution. Your Honor, if we could begin the trial? Yes, it's high time we did. Let's hear your testimony. You may begin with your response to Lamar's testimony. If, in fact, you have anything to say about it. Oh, I got plenty to say. Lying must be a national pastime in Burkina. Wow, he's gonna get canceled on Twitter.com. And wherever you're from, Mr. Justice. Conventional methods are out of the window, huh? There goes nothing. I mean, we have an unconventional method that we've been using so far. Our, magic bracelet. I feel like our ability should have a name, you know? A cool name. Calling it magic bracelet scanning isn't very it's not very impressive. Darian's rebuttal. Here we go. Oh, hello, Lily. Welcome. Diva's lying, plain and simple. She's got nothing to back up her story. In the first place, she never heard my voice. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots? As if. Didn't Detective Sky hear those gunshots during the third set anyway? Shooting took place when I was on stage, man. So you claim Lamar's testimony was a lie? Hey, don't get me wrong. I dig what she's doing. Trying to protect that kid. And she's got the coordinating vague statements out of her hand just because she's blind. You go too far, Darian. Look, all I'm saying is, you've got a reliable witness. Man, I don't know how hard this is for Gavin, having to prosecute one of his or having to let go of one of his bandmates. 'Cause I'm pretty sure he knows that he did it. Look, all I'm saying is, you've got a reliable witness. Why not listen to the detective? Detective Sky? I see. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
You didn't waste any time finding our weak spot. Can't do this with Lamar's testimony anymore. Lamar's testimony alone. I'll have to find some other way to prove when the shooting took place. Prove when the shooting took place, huh? The bracelet is not reacting. You don't have any proof she was lying.
Oh yeah, kid? You saying I lied?
No, I'm just saying, Apollo, glare back at him.
I couldn't help it. I flinched my reflex. You have to stare. Detective Crescend? Yeah? What do you want? Nothing.
Apollo, chin up. Back straight. You're wilting.
This guy's hard as nails. Makes Walkie look downright cooperative. Look, there's no way the diva remembers my voice. In the first place, she never heard my voice. You never talked to her, even though you were playing in the same concert? Not a word, as far as I can recall. But weren't there planning sessions or something? Gavin took care of all that himself. Dorian wasn't involved in any of the meetings with her. Yes. As if you can just go around remembering everyone's voice like that anyway. Only an idiot would believe that.
Lamar's hearing is very sensitive. She could remember him if she heard him, I'm sure of it. Just can't prove it. And I need proof. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots. That's it. She only didn't say one word. She was just startled. We know she missed the words. The mixing board proved it.
Oh yeah? It was a mistake. Blaming it on gunshots is just a lame excuse.
What do you mean?
The mixing board proves what? It proves there was a mistake in the song, a missed cue. So, she flubbed it up, big time. That's all. She spins the story about the gunshot to protect the kid. And cover her own goof. Man, I'd have to hand it to her. If she wasn't sticking it to me at the same time.
Dorian, watch what you say. Lamar is an artist. She just flubbed it up? That's no small accusation for a performer of her caliber.
She got to you all right. I can see it in your eyes. I tell you, most of her stuff is so pretentious it's way over my head.
So you're admitting you're stupid? I'm detecting a rift in the Governors' ranks. This guy doesn't have long anyway.
Anyway, she's too close to the defendant. Her testimony can't be trusted. You ask me, I'd go with Detective Sky's story at the drop of a pick.
Well, she did, and so did I. Actually, I was there too.
So I hear. Which means you heard them too, right? The gunshots.
Yes. We heard gunshots. Neither I nor Emma actually saw the shooting, mind you. Oh. Why did I think that was a gun? It probably was a firecracker. And then the igniter was set to trigger on the third set. Ah, I get it now. Okay, this mystery is easy. So the reason Dorian messed up his part on the third set is because he needed time to hit the remote trigger, which would then ignite this igniter that was found in the couch, which is connected to this firecracker, assuming it is a firecracker, which would make noise, which would fool us into thinking there were gunshots, even though Latus was killed during the second set. Easy peasy. Neither I nor Emma actually saw the shooting, mind you.
I guess you and Lamar got the same excuse then.
We know one thing for certain here. There were gunshot-like sounds that emanated from that room during the third set. Shit. What we must determine is whether those sounds were actually gunshots.
Maki heard them too. Remember he said he ran for the air duct when he heard them?
So, how do we figure out just what those gunshots during the third set were? Shooting took place when I was on stage, man. That could have been what the shooter wanted us to think. I'll tell you, the shooter, that kid. I'll tell you what the shooter, that kid, wants you to think. He wants you to think that Diihaa heard me in that room. I'm back to relying on Lamar's testimony. As much as I'm enjoying the Darian and Forehead show, there is no need for such tempers. Don't make us into some comedy duo. Does this mean the Gavin and Darian show's cancelled? Neither of your claims can be proven or disproved. We could argue for days like this and get nowhere. Prosecutor Gavin is quite right. This court will hear no further discussion on this topic without new facts. New facts, huh?
He's pretty eager to paint Lamar as a liar, isn't he?
Yeah, because her testimony is basically our entire case.
This is tough. So what do we do?
Got a few ideas. I just need to find another way to prove it didn't happen when it says he did. Another way to prove it didn't happen. First place, she never heard my voice. She heard other words because she heard gunshots, as if. The shooting took place when I was on stage, man. Okay, well, we have two angles of attack here. Either we present this, or we present Mixer. I think the mixing board is a bit of a stretch right now, at least. So I think we present this, because that would provide evidence as to what those gunshot-like sounds were. Yeah, what they actually were. This is new proof, so you could help us. Let's go for it. Nice. Some things were found at the crime scene after yesterday's trial. What things? The first was this small device. That's the remote-triggered igniter. Correct. And one more thing. Those. The remains of something burnt? Not another guitar, I hope. Traces of gunpowder were found on these fragments. We have a report that it was something like a firecracker. How did Gavin know about this? What? You think Detective Sky works for you? I received the report this morning, before coming here. That's when I made my decision, actually. Your decision? Oh, you figured it out right there and then. What decision is this, Prosecutor Gavin? I registered Darian as a witness in today's trial. Just in case. He knows. This raises another possibility. Those gunshot-like sounds during the third set could have been two firecrackers rigged to go off by remote control. You got an active imagination, don't you? Yeah, but you shouldn't say every little thing you think. Your explanation there seems a bit too convenient for me. How so? So, you're saying these firecrackers just happened to go off? Right when two witnesses came walking by?
That's right. Dorian was out on stage when it happened, Apollo. How would he know someone was backstage right then?
If a firecracker goes off in the forest and there's no one there to hear, you get my drift? Why go through the trouble, man? Wait, how did he know we were back there? How do I explain this? He may not look it, but Darian is a gifted detective. Show any weakness, and he's sure to find it.
You may not look it, partner. Gee, thanks, man.
That reminds me. I happened to pass through that very hallway several times that day myself. And I noticed something odd there before the third set. Something odd? Oh, was that the one on the ground? Wait, so he left it there? Darian left it there just to... he left it there just to know who was there, to see if there are any, witnesses. A headset. The kind all of the band and the staff members were wearing. That's right. He picked this up in front of the door to that dressing room. What if that headset wasn't dropped, but placed? And what if it was turned on? Could hear what was going on in that hallway. Even if you were out on stage.
Thanks, Clav. Whose side are you on, Gavin?
Listen to me, Darian. There are no sides in a court of law. In this one, at least. Which is why I now turn to you, Her Forehead. I have a question for you. For me? The igniter and the burnt fragments that were found at the scene of the crime. It's certainly a possibility that they were part of a ruse to fake the sound of gunshots. Oh, excuse me. Sometimes I think too fast. You're faster than I speak. Throw the headset from the hallway into the mix, and you could fabricate an alibi. But we're still no closer to proving anything. Those gunshots might have been real or fake. We can't say. Ugh. You've raised the possibility that the shots heard during this third set were faked. Now you need to prove the other half of the case. The other half?
Look, I'll just tell him. He wants you to prove the thing went down in the second act. While our little piano player was on stage. That's right, right, Gavin?
Indeed, if you can't prove that. Then to continue this cross-examination would be pointless.
Well, Mr. Justice, can you prove the crime took place during the second set?
Can I? What do I have? Damn, you're telling me Latus was lying down there for 2 whole sets? That's impressive. I don't know if I can prove it. What do I even have? Yeah, I think.
You better know, Apollo. Otherwise we're through.
It can be proven. You make it sound like someone else is going to come along and do it for you.
Let's continue with the cross-examination then, shall we? Witness your testimony, if you would.
Okay, more cross-examination. This isn't going to be easy. I need some decisive proof, and fast.
You ready, kid? 'Cause I am.
Let's see your proof. Yes. The gunshots heard during the third set could have been...
What, some kind of setup? Yeah, I've heard that one before.
We need proof, Apollo. We need to prove that the shooting took place during the second set.
Well, if you know how to do that, I'm all ears.
Maybe the gunshots are the key after all.
What do you mean?
Well, Lamar said she heard them, right? Right in the middle of her illusion, when she was up above the ceiling.
When she forgot the words to the song, yeah.
If you can prove the gun was shot right when she missed those lyrics, we're home free, I think.
True. Not easy, but true. Is there some way to prove that?
Let's take a look through our evidence. Maybe there's something in there.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be cross-examining me?
Try to refrain from private discussions during cross-examination, Mr. Justice. Right, Your Honor. Sorry. Let me just take a quick look through the court record. Alright, I'll do that.
He's pretty eager to paint Lamar's liar, isn't he?
Yeah, because her testimony is basically our entire case. Okay, I think this is the same thing before. Okay. Well, we'll do what they say. They're telling me to look through my evidence. I'll do that. Oh, I can, actually go through the Guitar Serenade now. How do I change the song? It should be during here. Yeah. Okay. So the very beginning of the second verse, we'll call it that. I'm gonna see if there are any other suspicious tracks here. Okay, that's when Gavin's guitar caught on fire. Bravo. All right, let's go through this again. Okay, this is Gavin. Beautiful. This is Maki. Alright, the key moment is the start of this, right? So we have to... Oh. Let's look through the tape again. Check. Here. I don't know if that proves anything, though. I'm gonna read this again. Some kind of setup. We need proof. Proof that the shooting took place during the second set. Moore said she heard them. In the middle of her illusion when she was up above the ceiling. If you can prove the gun was shot right when she missed the lyrics, you'd be home free. Okay. Do we have anything that lets us prove when the gun was shot? Gun itself isn't very helpful, I don't think. Time of death? 9 to 9:30. Time elapsed between shooting and death currently under review. That's not very helpful. This isn't helpful either. Nope. During the night of the concert, Igniter, lyrics, and Curitis. How do I do this? Shooting took place during the second set. My gut is still the mixing board, but I don't know. Don't know if it's the right one. Maybe we can hear the gunshots from this track itself. Because she was wearing a mic at the time, right? There it is. You can barely hear it. But it's right there. At the very beginning. I can't believe I missed this. Alright, well, we've got it. There you go. It seems there was clear proof left behind. Right here in Lamar's song. Your song? What exactly is this, device thingy? We've been through this before, old man. A variety of gramophone, perhaps? Come on, we just use this. Don't get me started on gramophone. How old is this guy? This device was used to record the performance part by part. Art? You move the sliders to adjust the volume. Each instrument is adjustable separately, Lamar's voice included. Oh, but what does this prove? According to Lamar's testimony, at the moment of the shooting, she forgot the words to the song. Ah, you intend to examine the recording at that point, yeah? We might even hear those gunshots. Exactly. Ridiculous. Oh, he's sweating. His hair's wilting too. How are you supposed to hear the gunshots back in that dressing room out on stage? Have you forgotten, Darian? We were all wearing these headsets. Oh. We were all deeply involved in our performance. Lamar's headset would have picked up what she heard at the same time. Let's get to analyzing that recording. A good thing I already did. Right now. Lamar stopped singing when she heard the shots fired. Find that spot and I'll find the gunshots. Alright, here we go. Locate the gunshot. We already did. Yeah, it's right there. How do I do this? Okay, I located it. I guess I pause here and then present one. Your Honor, listen closely to this part. This is the track with Lamar's vocals. Who knew it would be this easy? Very quiet. I did hear something faintly there, yes. Why, it sounded like a gunshot. What? This has to be some kind of mistake.
There. The sprite work in this game, it's definitely an upgrade.
I believe a case has been made. Gunshots were heard during the second set, which means Lamar's testimony was true.
Yeah.
Not so cool now, eh, Shark Boy? Order. So, she was telling the truth about what she heard? Yeah, apparently.
It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Latas.
What did he say?
It's over. Press the switch, now.
Just after that, there was a gunshot, and then the guitar caught on fire. Detective Crescend, you weren't on stage during the second set. You could have done it.
But why did we only hear one gunshot from the recording? Were 2 bullets fired from this weapon?
Lamar was moving through an air vent, Your Honor. She must not have been close enough for her mic to catch the first shot. But then, as she passed over the dressing room, the gun fired again, and Mr. Latus's life was taken. Well, Detective Crescend? Once again, I am reminded of something. Performance that day.
Performance?
Alright, we have to do this now. Seeing the mixing board jogged my memory. You were there too, Hair Forehead. What is it with today? Problem after problem. My hog won't start, my guitar case is busted. My guitar's been burnt to a crisp, and to top it all off, someone's dead. And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about? This part is off. Which is that? Second guitar. Ah. It was you, Darian. I thought it strange at the time. How could you miss such a simple cue? I know you. I know how you play. You're better than that. Yeah, well,
You what? Prosecutor Gavin? What are you getting at?
I'm talking about the murder weapon. Mr. Latus's 45 caliber hand cannon. As we have heard, even the shooter doesn't go unscarred with a revolver that size. The kickback is enough to dislocate your shoulder if you're an amateur. Wait. Oh, this is the angle they're going for. I did not expect this. I thought they were going to be like Darian messed up at the end because he was like trying to hit the switch to ignite the second igniter to set off those fireworks. Wait, you mean his playing was affected because he heard himself shooting that revolver? You're forgetting something.
Yes, Detective Crescend?
I'm a trained police officer, you know. I've had firearms training. Plenty of it. I'm no amateur. The standard sidearm issued to police officers is a .38 caliber weapon. A much tamer beast. Also, the murder weapon belonged to the victim, Mr. Latus, which suggests there was a struggle between killer and victim.
So, the killer might not have been holding the revolver correctly when he fired. Is that what you mean?
The thought had occurred to me, yes.
Wow, Gavin. Well, does the witness have anything to say to this? Detective Crescend.
What I want to ask is what Mr. Sleeves rolled up ready for action has to say. Hey, you, attorney. Me?
Me?
Exactly which piece of your evidence is decisive again? You got a little noise on a tape that could be anything. And you have an alleged guitar cue missed due to a .45 caliber kickback. I weep for this case, Gavin, I really do. You can line up your little weak pieces of evidence all you want. I didn't shoot that manager. And that's the obvious truth.
Really now? Obvious, huh? The witness has a point. The defense's arguments, while persuasive, are not decisive. I believe we should hear what the witness has to say in response to the case so far.
Your testimony, please, Detective Crescend. Tell us your reasons why you couldn't have done it.
Alright, we gotta light this guy's igniter, as Nick said. Proof of innocence. Come on, why would I even want to kill that manager? What a reason. Easy. I got no motive, man. This was that Diiha's first trip to the country, right? How could I possibly know her manager? Because you're part of international relations. I didn't know him. Why would I want to kill him?
A simple reason indeed. Prosecutor Gavin, is it the case that Mr. Latos had not been to our country before?
According to our records, yes, not even once.
I see. Very well. Sir Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
Great. Now I need to find a motive. Okay, well, I think it's pretty obvious here. He wanted a cocoon to cure incuritis. For who? I don't know. Maybe the Chief Justice's son. Or manager, sure. But Mr. Latos was... Right. Sorry. An Interpol agent, wasn't he? I just have trouble picturing that big lunk as an undercover cop, you dig? And not a very good one, seeing as how he got wasted. Oh, that's cold, dog. Yeah, not that it matters either way. See, I had no reason to kill the man, whatever he was. Yeah. I'm running out of water fast. That's the same for Maki. No motive was proven for him. Excuse me. Yeah, come on, he traveled around the world with that old fart. He had plenty of time to come up with a motive of his own. Yes. More than I sure did. I mean, think about it. Darian, you're a detective with international affairs. Yeah, what of it? Even if this was Mr. Latos' first trip to the country, you still could have met him prior to the concert. Huh? Or don't you take any international trips in international affairs?
That's right. Well, Detective Crescend?
That's your game, is it? Guess I better confess then.
Confess.
Yeah, it's a bit of an embarrassment, but I've never been sent overseas. What? But you're an international. See, me and Plain's got a difference of opinion, and we don't like each other very much. My condolences, Herr Forehead, but he's telling the truth. He's never set foot outside the country. I can guarantee it. Really? As it turns out, my division has plenty of work to do locally as well. That's so unfair. And that's unfortunate. So you didn't fraternize with him at all during the concert? Fraternize? Heh. I don't think we exchanged a single word. As if anyone would want to talk to that old Eastern blockhead. Now, the ladies, that's a different matter altogether. So you see... Sure about that? What? What? Wipe that look off your face before I do it for you. Listen, you try throwing out one of your wild accusations, I'll throw it back at you so hard you'll forget who you're accusing of what. Her forehead, perhaps it's best if you let your evidence do the talking, yeah? Ah, man, what evidence? That's what I want to know. So he's using this motive question as ammunition, huh? Well, I've got ammunition too. Evidence. Okay, well, the first and last statements basically say the same thing, right? Why would I even want to kill that manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? I'm gonna go with the last one. That one feels more right to me.
you know? Sample. And this? I don't think we looked at this before. Sample, huh? Think they put a big enough label on it?
Maybe it's to keep people from eating it by mistake.
Eating it? Yes, they might think it was an otherwise tasty white lump of plastic.
Maybe it's the manufacturer? Sample toys. When you can't afford the real thing.
Sounds like a company Mr. Wright would make. Ha. Alright, I mean, the whole reason Mr. Latus was there was to investigate the whole cocoon situation, right? Let's present this. Oh, I got it. There we go. Your Honor, take a look at this. What's that? Looks like candy. Oh my god. It's not. Don't lick it, please. Detective Crescend, ever seen this? It looks like a piece of candy. Here I thought Chusi's claimed that it looked like food. Thought it was ridiculous. What it is evidence. Don't lick it before you try it. Specifically, this is a replica of a cocoon. It was found among the victim's belongings. A cocoon? Ever seen one of that color? It is a variety only found in the Republic of Borginia. Nowhere else. Alright, but what is this cocoon replica doing in my courtroom? Surely this has nothing to do with the motive for killing Mr. Latos. Does it? It does. Wait. I mean, I think it does. You don't sound so confident, man. A cocoon. Is it one of those silky cocoons? Kind that you can make, well, silk out of? Not this one. This cocoon makes a powerful curative. I wonder what kind of bug actually makes that cocoon. I mean, obviously it's fictional, but I don't know. A curative for what? Apparently, it is most, efficacious, I think, at treating a disease thought incurable. There is a fly in my room, and it is driving me insane. Sorry. Hopefully, I want to open my doors. Whatever. Well, I'll let it free for now. It is the only medicine of its kind. However, it is illegal to take one of these healing cocoons out of Borginia. But whatever for? If it's such a miracle cure, why not share it with the world? Money!
Yeah, that's what I've been wondering.
We looked into the matter at some length. Apparently, it isn't difficult at all to manufacture the remedy from the cocoon. Fly wishes to become friends. Look. There are some things I simply do not make friends with. And especially not lovers. I can't believe... My god. Alright, well, I haven't seen it in like 20 seconds, so I assume it's gone. I assume it's gone. Hopefully. Yet if you change the process only slightly, you can easily make something else entirely. That's new. You can easily make a large quantity of something else entirely. A deadly poison, in fact. Oh, that's why. I thought it was illegal just because, of money. That's it, you know. That would have been the more interesting answer, honestly.
What?
There was an incident several years ago where some of these got out onto the black market. It caused quite the commotion in the global community, though the media was kept largely unaware.
Intriguing.
All this has led to a strict ban on the cocoon's export. One rigidly enforced by Interpol, among others.
Interpol.
Right. The victim, Romain Latus, was an Interpol agent. Detective Crescend, if you insist on referring to him as a manager. But that is misleading. Romain Latus wasn't killed as a manager. He was killed as an undercover agent. So I was trying to smuggle this gumball into the country? That what you're trying to say? I'm saying that could well be a motive for murder. So I was going to sell it on the black market, make myself a pretty penny. Ridiculous. I mean, totally unthinkable. Unthinkable, you say? Why?
Perhaps it's time for another testimony about this smuggling of cocoons business.
Alright, here we go. Smuggling. International Affairs got a memo about these cocoons. Interpol's all hot and bothered about them. Can't sell them on the black market. Too dangerous. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. Man, I'm in International Affairs. I know the deal. Do you?
Indeed. Interpol wanted these cocoons bad enough to send Mr. Latos undercover.
You kids think up the craziest things. No way I'm going to risk life and limb just to get my hands on some dirty cocoon money.
Not the most noble of statements, but duly noted.
According to reports, these cocoons top Interpol's list. Selling them to an underground organization will be risky.
Very well. May begin the cross-examination.
This is the only motive I've got. He was up to something, and I'm going to find out what. Alright. That memo. That's how you knew about the cocoons. Oh, nice one, nice one. I'm running scared now. You had to know about the cocoons to plan this.
Just how well known are these cocoons? I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I'd never heard of them.
Really? Well, Lamar knew about them, though not their use. Our reports indicate there are ongoing efforts to control information about the cocoons. Most people only know they're illegal to export, that's all.
I've nothing to be embarrassed about after all.
You could say people like me who know about them are a minority, yeah. But that includes everyone in International Affairs, man. And everyone in Interpol, too, for that matter. Yeah. Okay, but you're the only International Affairs guy in this case, so... The way the tip of his hair moves is disturbing. It really is. It kind of feels like it's animated in a way that makes it seem like a part of his body, you know? Like a little appendage. A rubbery appendage. So there are other Interpol agents like Mr. Latus. All over the world, likely. Deep undercover, most of them. That's why these cocoons are too hot for the black market. You don't want Interpol sniffing through your wares. Just came to the conclusion that can sell on the black market, too dangerous. Dangerous? Yeah, Interpol finds you, they arrest you on the spot. Or another marketeer might think you're part of a sting and take you out himself. Times have changed. But wouldn't scarcity drive up prices? Yeah, and attention. Every gangster and his brother would want a piece of that action. They'd turn your forehead into Swiss cheese before you could say objection. Maybe we could get them to cut his hair too.
News on trial here again?
Man, you so obviously know nothing about the market. And that's a bad thing? Didn't even try to mess with me about this stuff.
You know the deal. Which is why you'd know how to find a loophole in the system.
Hey, you can say what you want about me, but back off of international affairs. There ain't no loopholes, okay? What do you think we are, Boy Scouts?
That wasn't what I'm trying to... Down, Darien. It's as you say. You look at Clav. Ordering Darien like a dog. There are many of people who are likely into that. I'm sure of it. There are no loopholes, at least in the case of these cocoons. International affairs, Interpol, and Borginian customs are all watching.
See, we know what we're doing. Not like some yipping little donkeys that lap up every word that Diihaa says. Why, I oughta... Out of what? You want some of this?
Chill, both of you. Let's do this cool, yeah?
Screw cool. I want this guy's head on a stick.
The replica has to be the key to this motive. There's got to be a way to find out what he was up to. Okay, so pressing everything didn't help. What do we have? We have this. This. We also have this, which I think is what we need. Article about the Chief Justice's son who's inflicted with incuritis. Incuritis syndrome, first case in the country. Disease strikes closer to home than ever before. Alright, I'm gonna keep this in the back of my mind and see what I might present to. Can't sell them on the black market, too dangerous. Ain't exactly lucrative anymore. Maybe it's this, because we have a reason here why someone would want to smuggle. Oh shit! Hi, I am Miki. Thank you very much for following. I appreciate it. Thanks for enjoying my stream. Let's see. Present. We will present. Hello. Hello there. Hope you've been doing well. We present the newspaper article, that's right. Why not choose a less dangerous buyer then? I would.
Clueless, aren't you? Everyone in the market's dangerous. Second they found out I was a cop, I would kiss my keister goodbye, not bye-bye.
I should have went with it. Why sell to a black market buyer? How about someone like this?
That article, that's about the Chief Justice's...
Deadly poison can be extracted from the cocoon.
But so can a cure.
Not a cure for just any disease. A cure for incuritis.
Incuritis? I've heard of that somewhere.
You went to visit a victim of the disease this morning. Is this my first time playing Apollo Justice? It is. Yeah.
Aha. Why, that's the disease the Chief Justice's son has. You weren't saying.
Our witness is a detective. He would have contact with the Chief Justice.
You are saying? The Chief Justice would never deal in contraband.
Even if it's regarding his son's life? Not even to save his own son's life?
Yeah. But even if the deal went through, why did it be an international scandal?
It is an international scandal. That's Detective Krishen's insurance. If word ever got out, one
with his neck on the line, would be the Chief Justice. Detective Crescent, is this true? First I'm a murderer, now I'm a smuggler. How many crimes are you trying to pin on me anyway? Distasteful as it is to think about, if the Chief Justice were the buyer, why, a seller couldn't hope for a better deal. A very cowardly seller. Don't let sleeves over there trick you. So I made a deal with the Chief Justice. Where's their proof? Well... Oh yeah? You're forgetting one other important thing. You tell. Interpol isn't the only ones out there watching this. Burgundian Customs barely sleeps, so they're worried about cocoons getting out. So we were informed. Let's continue with the cross-examination. Alright. Burgundian Customs is very thorough. Everything and everyone gets checked. Miki, I'm guessing you've probably played Apollo Justice before, right? Maybe not. Just guessing. Just how strict is this customs check? Way strict. They keep planes on the ground for hours. I do recall it being a bit extreme. They were even confiscating gumdrops and marshmallows. Yes, it would be hard to distinguish them. That's right. Gavin was in Borginia, wasn't he? I remember setting off the metal detector several times. Oh, you're playing for the first time as well. It's cool. I had to practically strip naked to walk through. Oh. Well, people would pay money to see that. Oh, you have to finish the last one? Last turnabout? You're like right ahead of me then. Here's a travel tip for you, Gavin. Leave the bling at home, you glimmerous fop. Taking you after Emma Sky, huh? Human possession will get you arrested on the spot and then sentenced to death. That's pretty extreme. It's stressful. Oh man. That has me excited, because this case so far, I mean, it's been pretty chill. All things considered. Actually, no. There was that one part where Lamar almost died. She was like stuffed in it. She was stuffed in a guitar case. But I mean, other than that, the mysteries have been pretty easy. That's pretty extreme. Borginia has this rep as an idyllic, laid-back place. Truth is, they're beyond hardcore with security. The Republic of Borginia is a peaceful, pleasant country, so this level of security shows us how truly concerned they are about these cocoons. That's the situation. You're in a position to know quite a bit about smuggling. Yeah, I need to know a bit for work, sure. But all we get are reports on the failed smuggling ops. Not exactly something you want to go copying. If you want, I can tell you a few of them. Maybe you'll succeed and get rich. I'll be interested in hearing, purely from a legal perspective, of course. Okay, Judge. And we for our judicial system. The replica has to be the key to his motive. There's got to be a way to find out what he was up to. Really? The guitar case where Lamar hid? Oh right, she was hiding in there. She wasn't stuffed in there. How did I forget that? That was literally from like last stream, like 2 days ago. I thought she was stuffed in there at first when we discovered her. That's why. That's why I thought of that. Yeah. What do we have? Borginian newspaper. Can't really read Borginian. A gift from Lamora sent from Borginia, burned the night of the concert. Maybe the guitar has something to do with it, because it's from Borginia. The cocoon possession will get you sentenced to death, that's for sure, yep. To ensure the efficiency and secrecy of our investigation, the bearer is hereby ordered to speak to no one outside the investigation concerning any details of the case. Replica. Is there anything interesting about this replica? No. I mean, it just has sample on it. That's it. There's a way to get cocoons out of there. I'd sure like to know, he says. Cocoon possession will get you arrested on the spot and then sentenced to death. Everything and everyone gets checked. I'm gonna save here. It has to be the key to his motive. That's true. So what do I so is it just saying to present the replica on something? The replica. I don't understand what's wrong with the replica though. I mean, it's just a replica. Cocoon possession will get you arrested on the spot and then sentenced to death. I mean, there's the possibility the replica is actually real, but I don't know. If it was real, then I feel like Darian would have a bigger reaction. Darian is an experienced detective, though. He would know how to hide his emotions. Let's try this. No. Ugh. What about this? Nope. Okay, it's definitely not real. No, it isn't real. Okay. Thank you for that. How would one smuggle a cocoon out? You know, the more I think about it, the more I'm convincing myself that this really has something to do with it. The guitar from Borginia. Because it was from Borginia, right? So that means it had to be flown out. So maybe you could put something inside of it. I mean, there was already an igniter inside of it, so who's to say that there can't be anything else? We didn't find anything We didn't find anything inside of it, though, other than... I don't know. Let's try to rotate this and see anything. Yeah, no. I'm gonna try this. Oh. I'm right. Actually, there is one way. You never check the guitar? I recommend checking everything. Oh my god, the fly's back. Get the fuck out of here, please. I do not want to see you. Don't make me clap you. Sorry. You get some, like, cool, sorry, I bumped my mic. You get some cool, flavor text to examine everything. What? One way to get something out of the country, no checks. What is it? You become a prosecutor. Prosecutor? Ah! Ah! Believe it. Believe it, Prosecutor Gavin. What was it that you told me yesterday at your office? It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. Guitar befitting a woman like Lamar. How did it end? Excuse me. How did it end? Tracy's voice is... Tracy's voice is doing a number on me. You just check what's necessary to check and that's it? I mean, that's a fair approach. I do like to check everything, personally, just because I feel like sometimes you get a funny joke or something, which is like half of my enjoyment from these games. How did it end up here? I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made a present of it. But this guitar is from Borginia? That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity ruined the wood. So we vacuum packed it in Lamar's studio. I used a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched. Did I get that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Untouched. Quite. The guitar was wrapped in several sheets and vacuum packed in Borginia. The pack was untouched until the day of the concert. Are you saying that guitar was... Yes. With cocoons this small, it would have been very easy. To use your guitar as a mule to smuggle a cocoon out of Borginia. What? Which reminds me, Prosecutor Gavin, that guitar had some work done on it recently, right? Work? Good memory, her forehead. Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front. It is called the sound hole. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort. A broken device? Yes, this in fact. An igniter. Exactly. Consider this, if you will. What if the igniter wasn't the only thing that was attached inside of your guitar? Yeah, they're just going through all the logic I figured out. You mean... He means this, of course. Oh. There was a way to get a cocoon out of the country. It could use Picky Prosecutor Gavin's privileged guitar as a mule. Oh, you're alliterating like grammar here. And who better to do that than someone with access? Like a member of the band. Yark! Yeah, let your hair flop. Yeah, flop. Order! So the igniter. placed in there for a clear reason, it seems. It was a safety precaution. Precaution? Ah, her forehead. At last, it all comes together. Every strange thing that happened that day. Care to review? Maestro. The gentle sounds of Lamar's ballad, if you would. His hair bouncing is great. First, my keys were stolen. A harmless misdemeanor, which forced me to break the lock of my guitar case. The key was stolen to retrieve the cocoon from the guitar. That makes sense. I see. But things didn't go so well. The smuggler wasn't counting on the guitar being wrapped. Only a member of the band could get near that case. Unwrapping the guitar would raise too many suspicions. So he burned it, and the concert began. Right about this time, a very large problem presented itself to the smuggler. What's that? Mr. Latus. Oh! Mr. Latus, an undercover agent, was onto something. He would have known about the guitar. He'd only have to check the shipping records. So, Mr. Latus tried to examine the guitar himself. If the cocoon were confiscated then, the gig would be up. The only thing left for the smuggler to do was to get rid of the whole lot. It's over, press the switch, now! The guitar burst into flames and the cocoon was lost. And then... Mr. Latus died. Lamar there to witness it. Damn, the cocoon was lost? That's unfortunate. There's your case. Brilliant, man. Kinda sucks that, Chief's kid. He's still not cured. Detective Crescend? I gotta know. You make all that up on the fly? For a made-up story, it makes a great deal of sense, Darian. The Republic of Virginia? Sorry, man, but I haven't even been there. True, you haven't. Let's see you make up a story for that kid. But I had the cocoon in there in the first place, huh? It's not so hard to imagine. You had help, or a Borginian accomplice. That's all. Yep, it's Maki. That you had an accomplice was clear from the start. The voice Lamar heard proves it. It's over, press the switch now. You made this transmission from backstage. But your co-conspirator was on stage. What? But who was it? This is it, the coup de grace. But once I know what I'm doing, there's only one person who could have helped him. Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say then. Just be warned. With great accusation comes great responsibility. Pick up your answer on the fly, as it were, and you'll be harshly penalized. Are you ready, Mr. Justice? Who was the smuggler's accomplice? It was... Maki Tobaye. There's only one person who meets all the requirements of the accomplice, and that person is the defendant, Maki Tobaye. What? But Mr. Justice, he's your client. A defense attorney accusing his client? That's a new one. Yeah, this is a murder case, and he's innocent of murder. I assure you, no one is more unhappy about this than I. But I am here to defend him in the murder of Mr. Latus, and I stand by my statement earlier that he is innocent of that particular crime. Indeed, the defendant is Borginian. He does meet the basic requirements to be an accomplice. But what if it was, in fact, Lamar? It couldn't have been. Well, you seem sure of yourself. The reason is electronic signals, Your Honor. Electronic signals? Recall that this remote only works to a range of 30 feet. Beyond that, it's useless. Yes, that's true. Now, think back to the testimony. When the shooter made his transmission, Lamar was in the air vent. Right above the dressing room, right above the dressing room where the shooter stood. Let's look at the stage diagram. This is the area that the remote could reach from the air vent. Oh, you got a game over because you were saying you have to protect Maki? See, that's where you are. That's where you were wrong. You have to think about it a different way. By doing this, you are protecting him of the murder accusation. Yeah, it kind of sucks for him, but you know, that's life. We find the truth. That's our business. Well, looking at this, seems that Lamar still could have done the deed. No. And the shooter made that transmission. The stage was slightly different than shown here. It was in the middle of the guitar serenade. Right, the guitar was lifted. Part of the stage was raised. Prosecutor Gavin and Lamar Standen were raised. This would be a tower which was over 15 feet tall. In other words, oh, look at that. The remote couldn't have worked from Lamar's position in the air vent. Oh. Well, Detective Crescend, what do you say to that? Your Honor. Your Honor. Well, yes, Detective? Can we see the video where Gavin's guitar burns? Just one more time. Oh, well, I don't see why not. What? Don't tell me he has a way out of this. There. That's when the first, what do you call it? The first signal went off? Too sad, so sad, punk. Punk?
First you were sleeves, then kid, now punk. You're losing rank fast, Apollo.
Level 1 punk. What exactly were we supposed to see in this video? The problem isn't in what we see, correct, Darian? Right, it's what you hear. We are musicians, after all. Care to explain for us non-musicians? Sure thing, punk. Let me get your yarn straight first. You're saying I ordered the Wii pianist to set off that igniter? Yeah, right. Yes? Well, in order to do that, he'd have to press a switch. Am I right? Okay. I'll take another listen. Pay attention to the piano. Piano? On the mixer? What seems to be the problem there? Piano sounded just fine. That's the problem. Man, you still don't get it? Are you saying there's no opportunity for Maki to hit the switch? Ah. Yeah, how's he supposed to hit that switch if he's playing? You got Miss Diva, the guitar, the bass, the piano, and the drums. The only one with her hands free was the Diva. Lamar. Lamar. But according to you, she couldn't have been the accomplice, could she? Ugh. Your accomplice would have had a hard time helping out. They couldn't even press a switch. Uh-oh. Piano plays non-stop. Couldn't have pressed that switch. Oh, Mr. Justice, the piano does seem to be playing when the guitar catches fire. Well, it's okay. We all make mistakes sometimes.
Apollo, were you wrong?
I can't be wrong. Everything makes perfect sense. How could it all just... Strange. What's strange? No, it's just... Something's odd about the performance there. Odd. Mr. Justice, Maki Tobei didn't press that switch. Then he could not be the accomplice you claim he is. This is easy if you remember. Remember what, though? Don't tell me yet. I'll figure it out. But everything points to it. Every fact says he's the accomplice. Got the facts wrong, man. Here's some facts for you. Gavin's guitar is on fire. But the pianist didn't press that switch. In other words, your story's full of holes. Mr. Justice, let's hear your final opinion on this matter now. Was the defendant, Maki Tobei, the accomplice? Your answer will reflect on everything you've said here. Give it some thought. Oh, the switch was found inside the piano. So maybe you could activate the switch by playing the piano. Boom. There's your answer. Easy peasy.
Apollo, if Maki's not the accomplice, then our whole case is ruined.
I know that. It has to be him. He was the only one who could have helped that smuggler. He had to have pressed that switch.
Well, you better find a way to prove it.
Ah, what do I do? What do I do?
There has to be something that doesn't fit. Something odd.
Something odd. Wait a second.
What? You thought of something? What was that? What was Gavin saying just now?
Strange. What's strange? No, it's just something is odd about the performance there. Yeah, he heard it. It's not much to go on, but it's all I've got. What exactly did he hear that was odd? You're right. Damn right I am. We've come up with something, Mr. Justice. May I remind you that everything rests on this. Excuse me. Can you prove that Maki Tobei pressed the switch? Let's hear your final answer. Can you prove that Maki Tobei pressed that switch? I can. I don't know if you can call this proof per se, but I can prove it was possible. Then as prosecutor, it falls to me to ask you to show us evidence supporting this. Hair forehead, you sure about this? Accept it. There's no evidence, man. Let's see your evidence, Mr. Justice. Ooh, I love this song. How do you base the claim that the defendant pressed that switch? The mixing board. The basis for my claim is music, Your Honor. Music? What about music? Let's listen to the piano part, around the time when the switch was to be pressed, right before the guitar burst into flame. I hear piano being played. But, doesn't it sound kind of simple? Simple? Oh, I think I know what he's suggesting. You think Maki could have played that part with one hand? Oh, that too. One hand? He only needed one hand to press that switch. He could play the piano with the other. So what, you're some kind of piano savant? Actually, no. That would be Phoenix Wright. Then what do you know? Can't play a part like that with one hand? Maybe. I don't know what I'm talking about here. Wait, I know. Hey, Trucy.
Yeah, you got something?
Mr. Wright, your father, he's a pianist. Could he...
Oh, Daddy? He could play a part like that even if he had 3 hands.
So sorry. So sad for you. No, not really. Huh? That was just the easy way to prove it. There's always the hard way. Man, how are you gonna prove whether he played it with one hand or 2? You can't. I admit it will be rather difficult to prove, but it's highly likely he was playing with one hand. How do you know that? Clue is what Prosecutor Gavin described as sounding odd. Oh? What sounded odd? I'll bet we can tell by listening to a certain part of the song. No way. Yes way. I haven't even checked out the mixing board yet, so I'll just... You've never seen Phoenix playing the piano? Yeah, he probably can never. There's no way he can play. I was just joking around. It would be cool though. Well, it seems we've come to the moment of truth at last. Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say for himself. Show us the part that proves the defendant was playing with one hand, right before the guitar burst into flame. Maki was definitely playing one-handed just before the guitar caught fire, and one section of the song proves it. Alright, here we go. One sec, guys. Alright, let's go. That's two hands. We have to go? Oh, no worries. Thanks for hanging out. When next Apollo streaming? Tomorrow. Hopefully. Not hopefully, for sure. Tomorrow. Around the same time. Thanks for hanging out. And thanks for following. Bye, Mickey. Okay, this part definitely could be played one-handed. Right. That's the section? I'm afraid I don't hear it. Are you kidding me? What's your opinion as an artist, Prosecutor Gavin? It's a beautiful song, and the lyrics are outstanding. I'll take that to mean there isn't a problem with this section at all. Wait, so what was the odd thing that Gavin heard? The switch was pressed in the first half of the second verse, right? I know, I just need to find a place to compare to that. Your Honor, if you'll give me one more chance, I think I can find it. Okay. What? Okay, that's... Okay, we can get rid of these two. Bass, drums, piano. What am I looking for? Who if he played one-handed? Oh, here. Let's try that again. Gotta make sure I'm not crazy here. Okay, yeah. He was like in the middle of a phrase. His right hand was in the middle of a phrase, but he like stopped. It's right here. That's the section? I'm afraid I don't hear it. What? Are you kidding me? One section of the song proves it? Okay. How about we compare it to Lamar's voice, because that stuttered at some point, right? So we need to go back. I feel like I'm going insane listening to this over and over. Okay, so the gunshot went off here, right? So, So Darian said, hit the switch now, before the gunshot. So maybe we should try to listen at the very end of section 2. I already presented these 2 parts, though. What? Goofy played one-handed. I don't know what I'm looking for here. Maybe we can find a piano part in one of these parts, too. Listen to that again, all the way through. piano here. God, I mean, yes, I could brute force it. You know, I know I could brute force it by presenting every one of these 4 parts, right? But I want to figure it out. And I know I can. Maybe we'll hear something if everything is gone. You know? Maybe something is pre-recorded. This is beautiful music. Okay, nothing there. Gunshot. There it is. What is in each part that makes it suspicious? So they won't take this part is too simple explanation. So what explanation do I need? Maybe we can hear him like hit a weird note. Because he did throw the switch inside the piano. Or, I don't know if it was in the middle or after the performance, though. Hey Nibius, this is the most contentious part of the trial? I guess I can see why. I mean, if I really, I said this before, but if I really wanted to like not care, I could just like brute force through it because I mean they don't penalize you for choosing any of the parts, and there's only four, so you could just go one by one until you find the one right. But I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to prove here because I already said to the court that oh this part's too simple. He could have hit the switch then. You're not musically inclined, so you had to. Yeah, I can see how. Yeah, this definitely would suck for someone who does not know what they're looking for. Even me, who has had musical training, like I don't see. It's not obvious, you know. I feel like it's definitely not as obvious as it should be. Yeah, at least they aren't penalizing us. Okay, so here's my theory right now. They won't take the this part is too simple explanation. So I'm trying to find a chord or something, or like a section where it sounds off in a way, like when Troopsy tried to play the piano, um, when we found the switch, because that was how we found the switch in the first place. It was inside the piano because someone tried to play it, and then, or at least I think someone tried to play it, and it had a weird, it just didn't sound right. Having one hand on the piano takes away complex ranges. That's true. Yeah, he definitely could have played with one hand with that one chord there, right? Like at the very end of this section. But I already presented that section. That one right there. And then the gunshot right after. That makes sense, right? Because Darian says press the switch now, so he plays that one chord, and then boom. But I already presented this. The composer of this track slaps too hard. It is a pretty soothing tune. It's a shame this had to be on the DS where I guess vocal tracks aren't very good. Hmm. Okay, that part at the end there is suspicious too. Hmm. No piano part is pre-recorded either. I already tried raising everything else and getting rid of the piano to see if there are like piano parts pre-recorded so that Maybe Maki could have played with one hand, but no. Uh, what proof am I looking for? I already presented this. I'm just doing it again. Yeah, oh, look at that. My controller actually went... controller turned off. Is it out of battery? I don't think so. Oh, it's fine. Actually, it might not be. Hello, controller. Are you on? You are. Thank you. We just need to find a place to compare to that. What do you mean, a place to compare to that? What do you mean? Okay, so it's not these... It's either the first part or the last part, and I don't know... Hmm. See, the very end of this third part is still suspicious to me, but that... If I present this, it still won't... Still not the right answer. Not. Okay. See, the problem is, you don't know how this song is supposed to sound. You don't have, like, a music sheet, or, like, a studio recording or anything. You can't compare this to anything. So you don't know if there's anything wrong with it. And it's not like there's nothing wrong with it, technically. Right? It's not... It's not like the piano was literally broken. Because the notes played are... They're played... They're being played. They're being played correctly. And you don't know how the song is supposed to sound because you've never heard it anywhere else, but inside of this case, inside of this concert. So what am I supposed to do? All right, well, I'm just gonna... I don't know. I'm gonna hear the first and last parts again. See what's wrong with them. I guess the last part, maybe? Because it doesn't have a lot of, like... It doesn't have a lot of, like, overlapping parts, you know? I'm gonna go with my gut and do this. Nope, it's the last one. Or the first one. Prosecutor Gavin, I'm sure you realize by now just what it was that sounded odd to you. Well, please enlighten me. Please enlighten the court. I have no idea. As I'm sure you've realized it yourself, her forehead. Realized what? I'm the judge right now. I'll demonstrate. Let's listen to the part in question again, shall we? Pay particular attention to the but a fleeting melody phrase. Man, how many times do we have to listen to the same thing? I know, right, Darian? You're right, enough of that. Let's listen to another section, shall we? Another section? Guitar bursts into flame at the end of the second verse. Let's listen to the same spot, in the first verse. You see, this is built on the assumption that the first verse is supposed to sound the same as this verse. Like, what? How am I supposed to know that? This is just like I feel like this isn't proof. You know? I mean, yeah, if I had reference, like actual reference, like an actual score, sure. Now I understand why the people don't like this part. I truly understand. Pay attention to "Oh, that night in your embrace," and it's also, it doesn't help that it's hard to like know the different verses if it's not actually voiced. You don't have access to the lyric sheet during that part. And it also doesn't help that the lyrics don't match the song at all, because localization, it's not a huge deal, but it doesn't help. Oh, but play verse 2 again. They feel the same, true. They're clearly very different. What? Well put, Your Honor. Phrase in verse 2 is quite simple, but the same phrase in verse 1 has high and low notes. I picked verse 2. I picked verse 2 because it was simple, and I could tell there was something missing there. And why do I have to pick verse 1? God damn it. You'd have to use 2 hands to play that for sure. Oh. What does that prove? Give me a sec. Okay, I'm back. I had to sneeze. Clear my nose. I would think you would know by now. Sorry. Yeah, this is why I hate dealing with amateurs, man. So the 2 verses had different arrangements. Happens all the time. Not this time, Darian. There's no point in changing an arrangement if you can't hear it clearly. And that wasn't the point. I had him play specifically so that piano would stay in the background. Oh, That was what I noticed. Why should the same phrase sound slightly different, I asked myself. Now ask yourselves why Maki changed how he played, and there's only one answer. He needed a free hand in order to press the switch. Ugh, no! There you go, Shark Boy.
Order, order, order. I believe this ties all the facts together. Oh, Prosecutor Gavin?
Yes, quite. Though, personally, this comes as a terrible disappointment. Yeah. What? No comeback? I believe it. I finally did it. I shut him up.
Very well. Barring an objection from the prosecution, I will now state the court's opinion on this matter.
Good show, Sleeves. No, great show. Oh, it's not over? Oh, shit. It's not... Yep. Said it for me, Apollo. I don't like it when he looks so happy. You tell him, Gavin. Tell him what's so disappointing. Personally, I'm terribly disappointed in you, her forehead. Huh? Me? Yes, don't get me wrong. Your case is solid. Facts all check out, but even now, you have yet to show us a single piece of decisive evidence. Yeah, but the facts, anyone can see was him.
Unfortunately, anyone does not include the law. I'm afraid your case doesn't cut it.
Are you kidding me? But guilty until proven innocent.
Thousand facts might point toward the same conclusion, but without decisive evidence, it's not proof. That's the rule under our current legal system.
I don't believe it.
It does not seem as though the evidence has any more. The defense has any more evidence to present.
No, I think if he did, we already would have seen it a long ways back.
It is unfortunate, but at present, this court is unable to acknowledge your accusation.
What? Truth is staring us all right in the face. Why can't they see it? What's the point of a legal system that protects criminals? Apollo, remember what Daddy said?
Remember his words, ooh.
It won't be easy proving he did it, especially not under the current court system. So what do I do?
Like I said, good luck.
And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Ugh. Every man has an igniter inside him. Find Darren Grishen's igniter and set it off. I wonder what he meant by every man's igniter. I think he just meant a weak spot now. The kind of thing that a single spark could turn into a wildfire of emotion. We'll be able to press him further by conventional means. I've got to be fair. I've got to find a weak spot in this guy. Something fatal. So, can I get back to work now or what? May look like I got a lot of time on my hands, but I got no more time to play pretend with this deadweight attorney.
Well, Mr. Justice, we've come this far without decisive evidence. His witness won't be coming back to the stand once we let him go.
Every man has an igniter. Huh? Didn't you say the better the guitar, the brighter it burns, Prosecutor Gavin? Ah, yes. The guitars are kept dry, is why. That provides the best sound. Even a small spark could cause irreparable damage. Your plan has an igniter in it too, Detective. It was there from the very beginning. What? Fighting time, Justice. You blow this one, it'll be out of your hands for good. Go for it, Apollo. What, and this igniter supposed to come burn me up? It's almost poetic there, Mr. Attorney. All the better. I'm rather fond of poetry, and I intend to hear this one through the very end. May want to save. Good advice. Thank you. You are accusing this man, Darren Crescend, of 2 crimes: the murder of Mr. Latus and the smuggling of a Borginian cocoon. This is your last chance to prove your case.
This trial has already run on far too long. Mr. Justice, this will be my last warning. The moment this igniter of yours turns out to be a dud is the moment this cross-examination ends. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor. Then let's have it. Show us the basis for these accusations against Darren Crescent.
Okay, this is really my last chance. Key that will take apart Darren Crescent's plan is...
I don't have decisive evidence, do I?
I have to call Maki. We have to make Maki confess. But that's not really... It's not going to help, is it? That's not decisive.
Maybe it is.
I'm gonna go with my gut here. Your igniter isn't a piece of evidence. So what is? Right, because Maki couldn't say what he wanted to say. Back at the detention center. It is true that I couldn't show decisive evidence, but perhaps what I needed to prove my case was something else. You mean a witness? Proving his guilt is a tall order. But I've got just the person to do it.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Who is this person who can prove Darren Crescent's guilt?
The one person who can prove Darren Crescent's guilt is the defendant, Maki Tobaye.
Your client, again?
Maki Tobaye was an accomplice to the cocoon smuggling plot. Without him, Darren Crescent could not have gotten the cocoon. Furthermore, he can easily prove he was that the one who plotted to smuggle that cocoon is the real criminal in the case.
How so?
It would require just one of the very cocoons Mr. Latus was looking for. With the cooperation of the Republic of Burguinia, we could burn a cocoon. The burned cocoon would leave a particular residue. A residue we would, no doubt, also find inside the burnt out guitar.
Aha, how very scientific of you.
Thus, if Maki Tobaye acknowledges his agreement with Darren Crescent concerning the attempted smuggling of a Burguinian cocoon, the case is solved. Darian's laughing again. Your unrelenting passion is remarkable. You really want to get me, don't you? And too bad you'll never be able to. Why not? Little key tickler. Key tickler won't acknowledge anything, especially not anything to do with cocoon smuggling.
What's this all about?
Taking cocoon out of the country means death, by Burgundian law. Yeah, see? If your pianist really was a smuggler, then testifying about it would be suicide. Believe me, he's not talking. But you're wrong, Detective Crescent. What? It's the other way around. If Maki doesn't admit to smuggling here, he's in deep trouble.
Oh?
How? Look, if Maki admits to smuggling here, he'll be tried in our courts by our laws. You don't get the death penalty for smuggling in our country. The victim in this case was an undercover Interpol agent. I'm sure that news has already reached Burguinia. They'll likely broadcast our dealings in court today, including the part about the Burgundian cocoon. Yeah, but... Uh-oh. But if Maki doesn't admit to smuggling now, he'll eventually be picked up by the Burgundian police, and it's not like he's in any danger in our court. We're not going to find him guilty of murder here. Not now. Yeah, but you can't do this. You can't accuse me. Maybe the law doesn't allow it, but who's going to think you're really innocent after hearing this trial? Same goes for Maki Tobaye. Yeah. The cocoon smuggling, your entire plan? Maki Tobaye knows everything. There's only one way out of it for him, and that's to acknowledge his own crime. The crime of cocoon smuggling. Yeah, slick your hair. Don't worry there. I'll get you out of the country. I'll set you up someplace. A hidden mansion? Real nice. You want a house made of cookies? Or no, house made of pianos? Come on. Please.
don't take. Yeah! Oh my god. It's going everywhere. It has a mind of its own. Oh, look at him. Pathetic. Darian. Consider that my last session with you. We rocked. I'm guessing we can treat that outburst as a confession? Uh-oh, he's laughing again. There's a kind of sick desperation in it now, though. There we go. It's that easy.
Well, have you been listening to today's trial?
Yes.
You'll talk? You'll tell this court everything?
I didn't want it to turn out this way, but I'm not the kind of lawyer that can overlook a crime. Today's trial was all for your benefit, you know? I see no reason why you should hesitate now.
I knew. From beginning, I knew.
Maki,
Situation. I cannot explain. But money, I need it. Very much money.
Today's trial raises a delicate issue with our legal system. The only thing definite in a court of law is evidence. This is the golden rule, however.
it has become apparent that not all things can be tried by this standard.
Should another case of this sort surface, we may have to consider an alternative system in which to administer justice. Anyway, Mr. Makitobae,
Yes?
I promise you will receive a fair trial by the laws of our country. And with regards to the current charges for the murder of Mr. Latos, this court is prepared to announce a verdict.
Aw,
Thank you.
he looks good without the glasses.
I only lie, but you see truth. You find truth.
That's our job. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Makitobae, not guilty.
Woo! Yeah! Confetti!
Gotta love courtroom confetti every time.
Court is adjourned.
July 10th, 4:42 p.m.
I wonder what'll happen to Maki.
Well, he did smuggle a cocoon out of Borginia. I guess there'll be another trial here. Also, that ends well. Nick? Hey!
Daddy! I owe you both my thanks.
Lamar? Is something wrong? I'm sorry, Maki was your partner on stage, your friend. Yes, I thought of him as my own son. Even now, I do, yet something got a hold of him, something evil. I see that. And he must pay for what he has done. Damn. Absolutely savage. Is that not how it should be? I'm still sorry.
Do not be sorry. You have given me courage.
Courage?
I'm considering an eye operation.
It was my suggestion, actually.
You mean you'll be able to see again?
We still haven't figured out Lamore's past, though. Still very mysterious.
It's funny. I've always been afraid of the light. Light always seems so harsh, so unforgiving.
According to the doctor, Lamore lost her sight due to some kind of accident. Accident?
As you know, I suffer from amnesia. I feared that, if I could see, perhaps it would be open my eyes to the truth I have been running from. I was scared.
You know what changed her mind? Hearing your defense in there today. She could feel your gaze, unwavering, always looking straight at the truth.
If the light returns to my eyes, I think I will take up painting.
Painting?
That's right. She's a landscape painter in sound, after all. I will paint the two of you, I promise. Woohoo! I can't wait, Lamar.
I owe you my thanks too, Apollo. Thanks, Mr. Wright, but for what? You reminded me. I need to hurry things along. My secret mission, that is.
Right, your secret mission. Yeah, Phoenix must be having a great time. I want to play a spin-off game where I can play as Hobo Phoenix. Doing whatever he's doing. While Apollo's taking care of Trucy, you know?
Apollo, Trucy. I hope that we will meet again someday soon. You bet. Me too.
And so, like a ballad, the trial flowed on and on, until it came to the end. Thanks to the trial, the Guitar Serenade was a huge hit. Really. Prosecutor Gavin's even more dazzling to look at now. But there's something I want to say to that guy. Next time you write a ballad,
Have them catch the killer at the end.
the end. How nice. That was an alright episode. Turnabout Succession. Is this the last one? There's no like little rectangle to the right, so this might be the last one. Oh shit. One of the better third cases in this series, that's for sure. Yeah, I guess all the third cases in Ace Attorney games have kind of been like, okay. This one is, I mean, aside from the weird one hand part where you have to prove that he played with one hand, it was good. I liked it. It's fun. All right, I'm going to watch the opening scene. Yeah, let's watch that, and then we'll end the stream. And that is the whole truth of this case. Mason system. Oh shit. Going into the Matrix. Oh. In order to understand it myself, I had to know the story of these last 7 long years. What the fuck is going on? Nothing happens by chance. All is connected. Why are there 2, like, spheres? Two planets. Oh, shit. And now, you stand ready to begin the final chapter of this story. Who the fuck? Who's this girl? Will the defendant be found guilty or innocent? The decision is yours. Oh, hello, Gavin. The other Gavin. We haven't seen you in a while. October 7th, 10:37 a.m. Write anything agency. That was a cool intro. I like that one. Man, I still have no idea what to expect. Like, usually, sometimes they just show you, like, the killer and how they did the crime. This one, it just leaves you in the dark. Definitely a nice teaser. Man. Oh. You know what we're doing tomorrow? We're gonna do more Apollo Justice tomorrow night. Yeah, that's it for the stream tonight. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Save the game. Yeah, let's return to the title screen, sure.
Yeah, have a good one too, Nivius. Yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. I already said my piece on coming back tomorrow. I guess have a good night, everyone. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys very soon. Better be back. I'll be waiting.